maybe Marth or maybe Falcon when like they're right close to me, and then I like notice by reaction that I can like do an aerial that will probably hit them, and then I do the aerial and it probably hits them. So just a couple, or I can do like a wave dash and shine. It's kind of like when we were doing the lesson and people would like get hit with the lasers and they wouldn't back up. So I realized I could like go get something. I also noticed that if I shoot more lasers and I'm like pretty close to them, they have a pretty good chance of trying to do like a burst approach option. Like Sheik would try to dash attack, or Marth might try to like wave dash F smash or dash attack. So I got kind of good at doing like laser into like shield, or like laser tiny dash back shield,
or turn up tilt maybe something.
Yeah, turn on up tilt or dash dance back air was a really good one. Stuff like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, like it really, like the whole idea is that you mentioned that you wanted like more concrete windows to react with. So I kind of wanted to. I started with like the established two laser thing at the because I don't really see that. I didn't really see that mix up in your like laser kit like toolbox before.
Yeah.
So it felt like a good starting point to just get you to like have us slow down and like kind of think about what we're looking for a little bit more like openly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Falcon matchup. So I personally think that this is like, it's one of those matchups where it's like it's bad, but like not as bad as people think, because like whenever you can death touch the opponent and you have like, you know, like two really good neutral forms that you can lean on, like no matter how the rest of like the tools and things line up, you still have things going on. So I think that like Falcon, we kind of have to put more respect on his name generally. What do you think like the Falcos, when you do this matchup, what's your general game plan? Like what things are you looking for and what things are you looking out for?
I'm definitely looking to not get stomped, not get nared by Falcon. I'm looking to hopefully get close to him and either do like laser into nair or some type of short hop dare that's going to combo into shine. Those two are pretty hard to get. They feel kind of inconsistent. Like sometimes my nair and dare will lose to his nair. Sometimes my nair and dare will beat his nair. So it's kind of complicated and I don't really like that. I try to get close and maybe I can get a wave dash and shine, which when I do wave dash and shine, I'm like wave dashing in and then I'm holding down, and a lot of time that gets me like nair into like knee need, stuff like that. So I don't know, I feel like my toolkit and what I go for in this matchup is like not the best, and I'm definitely not against like completely reconstructing how I look at the matchup, because when I play it, the feeling of it is like his punish game is better than mine, and he can just zoom around. He can just zoom around me a lot, and it feels like he dictates the pace more than I do, even though I have a laser. And I feel like that shouldn't be right, but I feel like especially STJ and also Salt, I feel like they're really good at just running around lasers and fighting the game when they're ready to fight, rather than when I'm trying to fight.
Yeah. So let me ask you. So basically, you look for dare and nair a lot, and also kind of like try to get close with shine. Like that's what you mentioned. How do you feel about how do you feel about back air and up tilt in this matchup?
Up tilt I'm really not good at using. I'm just not great at finding the spots to up tilt. And then back air, I do like back air. I like doing like auto cancel back air, and I like doing back air to just protect myself. But it's kind of hard to like get like a back air that combos into a shine, or get like a back air opening like a lot of the time for me.
So I would say this is like a good top spot to up tilt, like that one there. Like, so the thing I want us to think about with up tilt is that like it's a way to like hold the opponent, like it's a wall, but it's also a way to hold the opponent in the air, right? So like in that spot where you had no double jump, if you just up tilt, like you can probably like just set him up for like the spike, and that's to me is so much more effective than trying to like hit him off with F smash, because we're opening him up, like we're giving him the option to DI in a lot of ways because of the new moves like high knockback. Like imagine if we just up tilt him here, right, or shine him again. Because he has to go here, we can spike him. If he goes up here, we can still spike him. Like we're just keeping him in a spot over here, whereas if we hit him all the way over here, like because of the end lag on the F smash, we're not giving ourselves the best way of like reacting to him like on the next play, because we're like committing more, and we're giving him more like because of the higher damage, we're also giving him more like things to smash the play with smash DI on. So we're just opening up a lot of risk that we don't need to. Like, and that's a small thing. Like, if you get that forward smash, I get you're probably fine, but it's just like a thing I'm pointing out to show that like I think that we need to like it's not so much we need to reinvent the wheel, it's more like we need to kind of know where the wheel is supposed to be going, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
God, he's so like good at things.
Yeah. They're telling me.
I saw some of your highlights versus Jmook and stuff though. Those looked really cool.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Well, I was gaming. I've been gaming a lot lately, but this matchup is like my #1 that has just been terrorizing me lately. Yeah,
so something I noticed here is like look at how like how much you're moving, and like you're not really like he's on the other side platform in like a stance that like in my opinion like Falco kind of like struggles to deal with in a lot of ways. And like we're just kind of like engaging him. I want to ask you, like, what do you think we should be doing here? Because like what we do winds up kind of like not putting much pressure on him and kind of gets us hit. What do you think would be better in this kind of like position?
I feel like there's 2 ways to go about it. One is to like kind of distance yourself and get on the ground and wait till he's on the ground so you can kind of lock him down with lasers a little bit, and then probably at some point go for a mix-up like Nair, Dare, or don't approach and try to get like a shine at a shield or like a laser jump cancel shine, like something a bit more safe. Or when he's on the platform, trying to like catch his landing, which is really hard because he has Stomp, Bear, and Nair that kind of make it hard. Or I can try to like back air him out of the air or up tilt him out of the air. But part of this matchup that I experienced is I really don't like fighting Falcon when he's like on the platform, coming off the platform. Like I just a lot of the times it does not go my way, and it feels like a random like Russian roulette on like how he's gonna come down. And if he just like wins it, like I just lose my stock a lot of the time.
Right. So what we need to do is we need like what we have here, I think, is we need to understand our timings better. So this is okay. This is good. We're learning things. So let's look at this situation. So we have Falcon going above us here. So let me ask you, Falcon has a problem right now. What do you think Falcon's problem is?
Well, I mean, right now he's back airing, so that means he has to land. That means I could potentially up air him, or if I'm really tight, I can shine his landing. Besides that, I mean, once he's on the platform, I'm right under him, so he has to either jump back up or get down somehow. So something with me being able to guard his landing and hit him when he's trying to land, I feel like.
We don't have to hit him like when he's landing. We could also hit him before.
Yeah.
So like cuz this is what I mean. Like, so one of the main forms of positional disadvantage in this game is when you're above somebody in juggle state, which I'd say that we have like kind of like a very low grade version of that here, but we still have it. We're a good character. So what's the problem with him landing here? Like, what happens when he lands here?
It depends because
It doesn't depend. I'm asking for, like, it's a really simple thing. Like, what happens when any character lands on a surface?
They back air, they L cancel, they lag.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And even if they don't do an aerial, even if they auto cancel, there's still always 4 frames at least of landing lag.
Okay.
So like you can count on this like 4 frames of AC. For Pichu it's 2. For Ganon, Donkey Kong, and Bowser it's more. Like it's 5 and 6, 5, 5, 6. But like the point is like this window is like a really important part of like the sharking here, because this is a consistent opening. It's a small one, but it's a consistent opening you can play for. It's also bigger if he attacks to defend himself. So like this is why you're at advantage here, because there's going to be an opening when he touches this platform, whether he likes it or not, and the only way that there isn't an opening is if he doesn't attack, because then he can fall through the platform. But even if he does that, remember, as he approaches the platform, that means he doesn't have a hitbox out. So you can kind of like treat this area, like this space, like directly above the platform, kind of like around here, as like kind of an area that you can use to like gauge like what Falcon is up to. And you can also pressure that spot. So let's like play out the match a bit further and see what happens. So like, because with you waiting so much, like look at how awkward he has to play in order to get away from you.
Yeah.
And the thing is, your attacks are faster than his. What could we do here instead? Like, after we see that shine, because I agree with the shine's a great call here, but if we see that he's jumped away from it to not deal with it, what can we do instead? He has no jump.
I don't know. It's hard because he's at 0%, so I know he's either... It looks like he was jumping to the left, but from like this point, he's either going to be jumping to the right or to the left.
Does it matter if we back air him?
I mean, I get %, but if anything, if I back air him, unless I'm like landing on the top platform, like he's just gonna land before me, and he might even be able to get like some type of shicey grab on me. But a back air would be free 15%. Ideally, I want to be able to shine him because if I shine him once, I can take his whole stock.
What if we got there?
Can execute properly. So I'm guessing he's either gonna try to jump to the left or the right and land. From this point, it's kind of hard if he. Okay, yeah, the back air. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even really sure, honestly. I just know I don't want to get hit by him. I want to like shine and like get back on the platform. I don't want to be like air to air with him like as much as possible.
Being air to air with him, in my opinion, is like one of the best things you can do with this character. Because like look at like look at what happens when you kill him and then you come back. Like let's slow down this interaction too. So what tell me where the opening is, because when his invincibility runs out, there's a free there's a free hit you have.
Okay, let me see. That could have been fast fall down air shine, and that probably would have comboed.
Yeah.
Also, could have just back aired at any point and got free %, but there definitely was like a fast fall down air there at the last second. I think I was preemptively like thinking laser shine or something like that, but yeah, I could have got a down air shine right there.
The other thing we could also consider here is if after the shine, remember, he's double jumped up here, right? We could also just like wave land into teeter cancel.
Yeah, I would have liked that. That would have been like ideal.
Because yeah, then we can like up tilt this potentially. We can also like short hop aerial, like short hop like up air backwards. That'll cut through like his stuff, because his stomp is slow, right? Like imagine if we had up tilted here.
Yeah.
Like, but instead we're just like, so I think the biggest thing that I'm noticing here is when he's above you and playing like, we have to be more willing to play air to air. Like we just have to be. Like our characters, like in air to air, things are decided either by disjointedness or they're decided by like what hits first. Falco is not really good at the disjointedness part generally in the air to air, but he's okay at it. Like his back air is quite good. His like up air is like fine. Same with his fair. Like his moves are fine in this regard. But the thing he has going for him is speed. Like your attacks are so much faster in air to air than his, and we need to be willing to play to that. Also, with you us both being at 0, like one thing I want to point out about that situation, like that we had over here, let's say that you do take the back air on the left side of the stage, right?
Yeah.
Like after the shine, like let's say you just double jump back, like double jump above him and back air coming down. Even if he can hit you with like a up air or nair or something on the way down, you can just crouch cancel that. Like you're at so low damage, there's no reason why we can't also take advantage of that. So I'd say that like one thing, like if we formalize like some of these observations here, like I think that the shine you go for makes a lot of sense. I think that there's like a way to like go here, like this is a critical point because you have like teeter. You can also like edge cancel off, double jump up here. Like or shoot like double jump up here, shoot lasers up here, potentially like try to like come off like laser into something. Like you have a lot of like options that stem from this key point that kind of like branch off. Like you can go up here, you can like up tilt, like you can create a wall up here with your up tilt. You've got a lot going on. You can also wave land here if you want to be fancier, like you could wave land back air, fall. Yeah. And on top, or you could just like get off the platform and come down here and then play below him again, because now he's above you without his double jump.
Yeah.
Like you have a lot going on here. Yeah. So I'll give this to you because this is yours. But
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you always keep the diagrams. But I think that like this is what like I said, I think the big thing I'm learning here is that we need to understand just like how powerful our character is in certain like in some of these combat positions, because you're just not using some of them.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this up smash choice.
If it should have put him either behind me or on the platform, and then if
it did put him on the platform.
Yeah, and if I hit my down air, I could have had down air F smash or down air up tilt into weak hit back air forward smash or down air, something like that. So basically, I just dropped the combo. Like that down air, I was trying to hit, but I was like slightly off.
Gotcha. Is that better than just like up? Is that better than just like up tilting again, or like
I think up tilt is almost always better than
up smash.
Up smash, and if I up tilted, I probably could have just like comboed without the tech chase, because up smash is so laggy. Like I probably missed the tech chase because I was like busy up smashing.
Okay,
so I don't think I saw up tilt wave dash back up tilt. I think I just saw up tilt like turn around up smash, because like I do that a lot.
So okay, so yeah, no, I think you're right, and I think that up tilt is a pretty big ask here. Let's think of something else, because I want us to like think about like where our combo is putting the opponent at the end of it. I don't want us to just like do a million damage and never kill him, because that's like important. So what else? What if we shine? What if we run off shine here?
Yeah, I like shine into F smash or shine into like hard hit aerial off stage edge guard. Like those two get me pretty good. I could have just originally F smash, but I didn't think it was gonna put him all the way off the stage, and I was like, he's just gonna grab ledge first.
Yeah, because his trajectory ranges are like around here and here, right?
Yeah.
So like if he goes over here, we can like we have like a DI 50-50 that we can play, because we can like aerial off like fair into like down air to threaten him, or we can potentially just go for down air, because that would punish the DI away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we have like two very good lines of play here. So we have like on this outcome we have a 50-50 to like kill him. And then on this one we just keep him on the platform with down air and just keep going, right?
Uh-huh.
And then same with like any of these ones, we just hit him down here as well. So like here we have like dare for like a ton of damage, here we have dare for a ton of damage, and here we have a 50-50 to kill him. So it's like I think that like we need to start like playing for more of these kinds of lines, because like if you hit the down air up here, like even if you get the thing up here, like the up smash here, we're only really playing for one outcome. If he goes over here, we're still like, if we up smash here, right, we get this outcome and we get this outcome, but we never get this one.
Yeah.
So we're like closing off like one of our ways of killing him that we could achieve with a different follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any merit to just like naring him forward? Like short up, like kind of like that, and like hit him over here.
Yeah. I mean, it would probably just reset to like a tech situation. At worst, he slides off if he like hits, like, I don't know how far the angle would actually send him, but he could just slide off the platform. But it could knock him on the platform, and then I have another tech chase. But
I don't love it.
I'm trying to get him off the stage, typically, is what I'm trying to do. And then if he's off the stage, I should always be able to edge guard him if I like pick the right choice. But I'm trying to get better at just sending him off stage rather than like comboing him for a ton of %.
Okay, fair enough. So let me ask you, do we get anything by changing which side of the we hit him with the shine on? Because like we could also short hop from here over here, and then the shine trajectory will be flipped, right? Because it'll be like this or this.
Yeah.
Is there any merit to something like this?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's just how the shine hits. Sometimes you want to shine him on one side, but you barely misspace it. It's pretty much just the same thing as the left side, but backwards.
Right, but we're closer on this side for our starting point, so he winds up like more over here, so we might be able to just down air him directly.
Yeah, down air, or if the down air doesn't work, maybe fair, edge cancel down air.
Yeah, because I'm thinking we go like we waveland here, go in place, so we can dash jump that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that makes sense to me. I hope it makes does it make sense? Like
no, yeah, that makes sense. That's something that happens all the time.
Yeah, so like this I think is like, I think really what we need to remember is like a lot of our options and like what makes something good is more about like how, like I think with Falco in particular, like using which side of the shine you use to like send them off, like whether we reverse hit it or not, is like really important for getting the right range on our things. And it also creates a really tough DI mix-up because like we're kind of using the low range, like the small hitbox to our advantage, because it's really hard for them to see what side they're on sometimes. So this gives us like another dimension of our punish that like allows us to play for better openings. Because yeah, if we just like assumed that we can only hit him this way, we wouldn't have noticed that there's might be a more guaranteed kill over here.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And I will give this to you. Did you know, so something cool that I've been playing Falco as a result of like you, Louise, Siren, etc. So, and I noticed that like his short hop laser, if you do it like the frame 1 laser, it actually hits Falcon when he's standing, which like surprises me. Like even the high one. Do you ever use that, or like is that a thing that people use?
I don't know how much I used it in these sets I linked, but I do try to shoot like high lasers just typically versus Falcon, like especially to catch his jump. Also I'll shoot a couple in a row to try to like make him think that he can just dash around it, and then like maybe he'll try to dash towards me with something, and then that's when I can like aerial him. Yeah. So
this is a good example of kind of like the dynamic I'm talking about, where like we have to be more comfortable in like air to air.
Yeah.
So like, and with sharking, because like when Falcons puts in this corner here, I wouldn't do this jump like basically ever, unless I had like a very good read. Why do you think I don't like this jump?
Well, you can maybe like up air out of the corner and hit me and also combo me.
Yeah, percent is a huge percent because of up air is a huge consideration. Good catch.
If he's really sitting and watching, he can just dash through me as soon as he sees me go high.
Yeah, we've just
there's only so many things I can really hit with up there, rather than if I stick to the ground. I can at least, if I want to approach him in the corner, I can just nair or dare at him while he's in the corner right there, which is always going to be pretty strong. And then I can also, like, if I just wait, maybe shoot another laser, or if I don't even shoot a laser, I just wait. Then I have him in the corner, and there's a decent chance he's going to try to, like, escape the corner, either full hopping out or trying to, like, nair out or dash dance out.
Yeah, like that. Exactly. So we've like right now we are barricading Falcon in like a spot where like he doesn't really have a whole lot going on, right? So like if we don't take advantage of that effectively, we're just like forfeiting position. The other thing here is like, remember, we're giving him an opening to play for.
Yeah.
So like we have a lot of problems with like going up there, like that we're inviting by going up there. Like what if we were here? What would we do instead? What do you think makes sense here?
Try to get close and maybe inch for like a safe back air, like turn around back air, laser forward tilt. I mean, anything that I hit with will send him off stage. Even just getting close and shielding, maybe doing a nair out of shield if I see him approach, or maybe trying to get a shine at a shield. I mean, if I'm doing something, I'm probably trying to hit either like a dash dance back air or a back air that's like fading into him, or else like a nair or a dare into the corner and like trying to not get a shield grab by doing it. Those are probably the immediate things I'm thinking of.
So let me ask you, why are we trying so hard to hit him?
Because I know right where he's at, and I know there's only so many ways he can escape, and if I just hit a seemingly pretty easy timing, like just nair in the corner, dare in the corner, when I feel like my intuition tells me like it's gonna work, then if I hit him, then I'm probably gonna get the whole stock.
Yeah.
Compared to if I wait, it can feel kind of risky. If he like if he nairs at me, I'm trying to do like dash dance back air, but if I happen to not be thinking about the back air and instead I'm thinking about like approaching nair, then I might like his nair might just beat my nair, and then I just lost the whole stock, even though he was in the corner and like I had him like in a good position.
Okay, fair enough. But let me ask you. So, like, we can agree that, like, Falco's approach trajectory is sort of like this, right? It's kind of like...
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, my thing is that Falco kind of... He's not... His short hop, like, in nair and, like, dare... Like, you probably have to do them early there to contest his nair, right?
Yeah.
Well, so we're basically playing into Falcon's wall. So I want to start with that. Because remember, he can just like nair. His nair does kind of beat ours here, as long as he gets the move out. So he's kind of incentivized to defend. He doesn't have the option of like whiff punishing in the same way that he normally does because he has no space. So so like if we go into him, and he just presents us with like a better timed hitbox, like we're kind of forfeiting like the advantage that we have of this spot, which is that we've turned his whiff pun. Like if we think about overshooting, undershooting, and whiff punishing, like that triangle of stuff, Falcon right now doesn't have whiff punishing. So
Yeah.
in the same way that he normally does. Like, he still has things, like he can run off, double jump around us, he can like full hop, he can use the waveland, he can do like stuff, but like he doesn't have his dash dance in the same way that he normally does. So my question here is, if that's the case, what's he gonna do instead? Well, he's gonna probably use his attacks, right? So why not try to like dance around those in the confined space? Because we know that he has to like raise a wall. Like if we dash dance to like here, I think that we both agree that it's probably very likely that he like raises Nair for wall.
Yeah.
And then like we know what we're playing against, and we can like, you know, we can potentially grab him, we can dash attack him, because at his percent it doesn't really matter a whole lot. Like you said, it doesn't really matter a whole lot what we hit him with. All we have to do is hit him. So I don't know why we wouldn't like potentially like dash dance, or like just even backflip, like the dash forward, dash back, like backflip, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, and then just, like, see what he does. And the thing is, if he stays here and, like, waits or nairs in place anyway, and we're too far to be able to do it, we just laser on the way down.
Oh my god.
And then we establish footing. And, like, we're also, by keeping ourselves open, but also going into the air, if he starts to, like, because he could also try to go around us, right? We're keeping that option open by being able to, like, back air, like, in these areas.
Yeah.
So we're, like, cutting him. Yeah, we're cutting off so much more space. Whereas if we just attack like this is the only thing we're covering.
Yeah.
The other thing I'd be really worried about, and this is gonna sound so dumb, but like if we full on nair in, I'd be worried if Falcon rolls forward.
Yeah, if he rolls forward, then I'm in the corner, and he knows exactly, like, oh shit, I'm in the corner. He's gonna try to full hop to the top plat, or he's gonna try to immediately get out the corner.
Or he'll set up the wall, like Wizrobe does that a lot. Like when I was playing Sheik, I did this all the time versus like Ginger and stuff, because they just attack in like Ginger, like friggin' West balls, like you name it, like they just attack me into the corner, and then I'd be like, okay, roll forward, okay. And then because of Falco's low speed and like kind of higher short hop, he's not in a position where he can just like say, okay, I missed completely, but that's fine. Like I'm Fox, let's go. Like, Falco can't really do that in the same way. So I think that, like, it's important that we, like... I think that it's important that we form kind of like a wall here and play more for that kind of style. Because it just leverages our stage advantage so much more effectively.
Yeah, I think that's actually, like, a big fundamental problem. It's, like, exactly what you just described. It's, like, especially, like, giving up good positioning and going to do something else. And then especially when it's, like, me jumping onto a platform. Like, you've already seen it, but...
yeah, like this one here... Like this one coming up, because like you look so uncomfortable, and I'm just like, you just shined Falcon's shield. Like, why are we worried about what he's doing?
Yeah,
we're on offense.
I shine and I'm like, no, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm about to die. And then I just like immediately, I'm like, what's the first thing I can do to get away? It's like jump to the top plat. Like, get away from me now. It's just like, it is interesting how that's like the thought process. But I'm just like even when I'm on his shield, like I don't even want to, like what I'm trying to do new now is like I'm not even trying to be on his shield for like an extended period of time, because like I get caught a lot getting like stomp out of shield, maybe nair out of shield, maybe even wave dash grabbed out of shield. So I want to, like, if I do put a little pressure on, I want to either like shine grab and then do one of my throws, or like do a little pressure and then back up and then like wait and play again, instead of this, because I love to like spam shield pressure. Like I can like spam shield pressure until one of us loses, but it's like it just backfires a lot for me.
Yeah, no, and like that what you're describing is pretty normal. Like I want to be clear about that, because like a lot of people worry like, oh my god, this is such a unique problem. But like no, Falcon's a great character. Yeah. Falcon's a great character. Like people hate, but like he's really good. But I think he's top tier. I have him in like with the other 5 as like can completely go the distance. Just only has like a handful of matchups that are like really really rough, and like yeah, like he's good. He can go the distance. Like he's literally gone the distance. So
I agree. I feel the same exact way. I think he's a good enough character to beat me. That's all I care about.
Well, I was just gonna say he's like literally won like a major, and people are like, he's unplayable, and it's like, okay, duly noted. So let's talk about this position. So, what do you think? What do you think these lines represent?
That's Falcon either short hopping off the platform and where he lands, or just fast falling off the platform and that's where he lands. And obviously he could also like short hop to the plat, he can jump up, he can do anything, but if he's immediately trying to get down, that's like pretty much the range that it looks like he's probably getting down. That's what I'm guessing it looks like.
That is. So like if he leaves the platform immediately, this is where his range is. Like, this is the border where he can fall. Now, his actual range will be, like, where his attacks hit, so if he's facing forward and he falls right at the very edge. Like, there's a bit of a gap between these two platforms. It's tiny, but it's there. So, like, he can technically put his upper, like, kind of around here. Like, this is kind of like the danger zone. We're still, like, hittable here. But what I'm doing is, the idea here is, like, this is, like, the limit to where, like, you have to, like, be worried about getting hit. If you can get behind the orange, like, where his up air would hit, then you do not have to worry about being hit anymore. So I would say this should be, like, a thing you know. So when you're caught in your shield here, like, you know, if you just roll to, like, around the platform, like, behind the platform, or wave dash behind the platform, you cannot get hit anymore from his falling aerial coming off. Because he literally cannot get you. Because if he does try to get you, like, let's imagine that he tries to go further. Well, what happens? Hits the platform. Yeah. So he can still, because he's, like, a good character, Falcon players eat me, he can still technically hit you, because, like, sometimes because of his, like, stomp being really low and disjointed below it. But, like, the point is that, like, if you're able to enter crouch at the end of it, like, he literally cannot touch you. So this can be a good way for you, and, like, again, he has to hit with, like, a very telegraphed move in a very specific direction, and it only hits, like, partway down. So he still gets stuck here, too. So this is, you know, he's presenting a pretty big opening for us to work with if he's actually going for those, like, more, like, recklessly. So this is kind of like a thing I wanted to point out. Like, this area here, this red spot, is kind of the danger zone. When we're above him, when he's above us like this, if we do not have the initiative to be able to, like, jump out and, like, hit him, like, i.e. we're not in shield, or, like, we're not on offense. Like, if we're not on offense, then this is actually a very dangerous spot to be, generally speaking. Not on offense or neutral. This is fine in neutral. Right now, we're kind of on the defensive. Like, we're in disadvantage state because we're shielding. So I would say that, like, one thing that I might consider is, like, get over here. Like, how do we get over there? Like, ASAP. Because this will keep you alive versus things like this.
Yeah, that happens to me at all percents a lot. It's, like, also one of my biggest frustrations.
Yeah, it would be frustrating.
Platform play when Falcon's above me. I like the diagram though of, like, being safe, like, under, like, halfway the platform.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you're still basically, like, it might be, like, slightly more, slightly less. Like, again, this is just an estimate, but, like, the idea is that once you kind of learn where it is, you can kind of count on that, because he has to follow, like, Falcon, for all his various superpowers, is like every character, and cannot aerial and fall through the platform together, so... Yeah. Yeah. Because if nothing else, he has to at least wait until he goes through the platform before aerialing if he wants to get you in like, the quote-unquote safe zone, which means that if you move out of the way with... This is actually one of the advantages to wave dashing. If he tries crap like that, yeah, you just, like, go, wow, that was a terrible play, and then you just, like, up-tilt him and kill him. Yeah. I can see what you mean, though. Like, you're safe. You feel like... I get the impression you think the top platform is a lot safer than it is. Like, being on platforms or being above Falcon is, like, a lot safer than it is. And you get the I get the impression you think being below him is a lot less safe than it is. But, like, you kind of have it, like, the other way around.
Yeah, especially with when he's on the top plat and I'm, like, in the middle of the stage, I'm like, okay, like, I know if he wants to come down with anything, I know I could hit him. I know I could maybe time an up tilt or a back air that could combo into shine, or just, like, a beautiful, like, dash dance nair that could just combo and take his whole stock. So I'm like, and I just don't like the idea of, like, the fact that he's up above the platform, and, like, how is this even, like, a good, like, thing for you? But I find that when I like, try to fight it, like, straight up, it feels like I'm, like, playing with fire, and I definitely don't like that. And then with the other thing, like, when I go to the top plat, it's like, in the moment, I might do something, and then I'm like, oh shit, like, I feel like I'm about to get hit, or, like, I just got to get the fuck out. So then as soon as I get to the top platform, then my second thought is, like, oh shit, now I'm on the top plat, like, now I need to get down, otherwise, like, I might get, like, up air, carried away, and die. And even when I'm at low percent, like, they can still get, like, up air, even if it doesn't, like, combo after that. But yeah, that happens to me a lot, where, like, it's like in my instinct to, like, retreat to the, not just in this matchup, but in a lot of matchups, just, like, retreat to the platform, and then, like, at least it like, saves me, like, an initial neutral interaction in my head. But then it's like, I have to get down somehow, and they know I have to get down, and they also know that I'm, like, kind of geeked out, like, trying to get down immediately, because I just put myself up here on the platform where I don't really want to be, even though that's, like, where I keep going all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So what we need to do is, I think in a part of it is you're just not sure where safe is, so now we know.
Yeah.
With this, now, let's look at punishment for a second. So what you do here, let's look at what you do here. So you go for this dash dance, and you're trying, what's the purpose, what are we trying to go for, like, with this conversion? Like, bear up tilt?
Bear up tilt combos into, like, a shine into another, like, aerial, which racks up a lot of percent. I'm not sure if I could have really just got the kill right there. I mean, there's always something, I feel like, with Falco. But yeah, that's what I was going for. Like, he's like 24. I'm like, okay, back air, up tilt, probably run off shine, wavelet on the platform, and then aerial off stage, or weak hit aerial into like down air or forward smash or down smash, and he's dead.
Gotcha. In spots like this, I actually like to keep fast fallers on the top platform and like let them decide when they're ready to go. Okay. Because the way I view it is, this is like one of Falco's power. Like this is a lot of like with us being here on the top platform. I think it makes, if they're holding in, and he absolutely is. My thinking here is, what if we just, like, hit, like, what if we run forward here, shield drop here, jump up, and, like, bring him back down, right?
Yeah.
Like, shield drop, double jump, we dare, bring him back down into the platform, and then, like, we just up tilt him or something, or, like, shine him to put him back up.
Yeah.
Because, like, what happens is, like, the thing is, by going over onto the side platform, we're basically accomplishing what this is doing here. But what we're doing here by doing this is we're tacking some damage, so we're putting him to, like, around 12 plus 6, no, 12 plus 11 plus 7, I think, is what it would be. So 18, 42. Yeah, we're putting him to 42, and then he has to decide what he's doing after that, right? So, like, if he goes up here again, we just can keep hitting him. And if he goes, DIs the shine over here or here, then we know which way we're comboing him to put him off stage. We don't have to manually do anything. Like, he's showing us how he wants to die. And I think that's easier because then we have more momentum to work with, like, that's following him and tracking him more effectively on our jump.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and it just kind of, like, keeps him in place. And the thing is, like, because we're on Yoshi's, he can't stay up here anyway, because eventually he just dies to the vertical stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, we're, like, why would we give that up?
No, I mean, that definitely makes sense. Like, I'm doing the same exact thing, but I'm just like, I'm throwing more movement and more variance in with it. When instead I could like at least get like an extra string of like down air, up tilt, and then forward smash them off, or do the mix with then. But I'm just like, I'm like getting to percent like the hardest possible way. Is what it feels like. Which like I can do that. I can like hit that combo and then it works and like I hit it 0 to death, but it also gives a lot more room for variance, which I'm trying to find less of.
Yeah, like look at how he DI, like, to me, I think that was Smash DI that, like, denied the combo. Like, he just, like, look at how much he, like, moves when he, like, gets up to that, like, side platform.
Yeah. In my head, I was, like, a pretty good, like, opening for me to go for, or, like, good, like, option to go for, too. And, like, it still didn't work out. I was like, that definitely felt pretty good.
Like, look at
and
that.
Then, he went, See, in my head, he goes a little bit up, and I get that opening. I guess that is exactly. That was insane Smash guy, actually. They just get him straight out the combo.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, like, let's give him things that he can't Smash DI. Like, in a useful, productive way.
Yeah, that's how I want to be like. This is some nonsense, and then I die like that. Ugh.
So like, let's clean this up a bit. I know that, like, this could have worked, but, like, so once you grab the edge here, what could have, like, what were we going for here?
Nair. Or later. I guess I don't know what I was going for. I guess I was having too much fun, I think. I might have been having too much fun. Ideally I would have just wanted to do, like, short hop off the ledge rising back air when he like jumps into me, but I'm not great at that spot when like Falcon's on the cloud like that, or like when anyone's on the cloud like that. I'm like, I guess I just try to time a back air.
Low key, I think if we fast fall onto Randall, we kill him.
Yeah. And then also if I just hit my tech there, I just tech wall jump down air and he's dead. But I fucking missed the tech and I'm pissed.
So let's talk about this position, because, like, I know that's, like, weird, but, like, there's a lot going on here that's kind of useful. So remember, so somebody, like, he just committed to this, like, wall jump up air, and and, like, he's recovering off stage. So, you know how disadvantage state is always, like, you can't do one of the three, like, at least one of the three, like, key positional strats, like undershoot, overshoot, whiff, punish. One of them is always weakened. That's kind of like how disadvantage works, and if you continue to stay in disadvantage, you'll eventually, you'll present an opening and or die. So, in this spot, he's off stage. He has to do something in order to, like, survive. So he's using this up air to defend himself. If he just waits, then he can't, like, do anything. So, like, if he just waits, he'll just fall and die. So we know that an action is coming. So I'm almost like, what if we just land on stage almost, right? Yeah. Because then he still has to come back with his up B. We could also have, like, fallen him onto, like, Randall. But, like, the structurally sound way to do this is just to, like, take stage or land on the platform or the stage. Because we still know that he has to come up at some point. And if he, like, with him jumping away from the stage, I think he's used his double jump at this point. So if he has to come up, yeah, we just, like, edge guard. We just take normal position. We don't have to force the kill here or rush because he still has to do something. And we know what it is, and we know that it's punishable.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, like, why do more work? I hate work.
Yeah, that's in general what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do less work and more effectiveness.
See, that was beautiful. Like, we just, like, did not care about, like, his... Like, we just waited. We just were like, okay, yeah, can you make it back? Probably not, but we'll just, like, chill.
Yeah.
We are in our lane. We are, like, calm, composed, happy. So this is a good example of where to do the highlight. Like, of where, like, the frame 1 laser, I think, is really good. So, like, look at what happens when we're in the corner and we try to defend ourselves with the laser. So, like, we go for, like, kind of a mid-height one, I think.
Yeah, he jumps over it. Perfectly jumps over it.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy by him, but, like, also, like, especially with the slope, like, the fact that we're here, the laser will be, like, functionally lower, so it'll still, I think it'll still catch his dash. But, like, more importantly, like, it just deals with his aerials, because if he runs forward and grabs us, that's, like, a super, super omega hard call. Like, without dash dancing, that's a super omega hard call out. He also does have to just run forward and do it, because if the frame 1 laser hits him when he's standing, it will catch the dash dance on the turn frame. So he has, the only thing that he gets us is, like, exactly run forward, which is, like, a call out and a half. Now, the thing I want to point out here is, let's, like, look at this next bit, and tell me if you see any openings for shines in, like, the interactions coming up.
Yeah, I saw 2.
Where were they?
So, one right...
So you got that one.
Right here. I could have CC'd that, or I could have actually just not even see. I can just shine his falling up there, and if I just time it right, I could have got him right there. And then right here, almost, I wave dash into him.
Yeah.
And then I could have shined him, so there's 2 right there.
Let me ask you, Falcon's shield options, they're not really good, right?
Unless I make them good. Unless I get stomp out of shield or nair out of shield. I'm not really thinking about back air out of shield, but mostly it's just nair and dare and, like, wave dash grab that I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
And then not letting him roll around. Like, that's what my head is filled with. Just nair, stomp, and roll, and wave dash grab.
I'm just wondering if, like, this is with him shielding in the corner here. Is there any merit to grabbing him?
I mean, yeah. Forward throw, if he double jumps, I just short hop down there and he's dead. I don't think forward throw from here, I don't think he just snaps ledge automatically. So, I mean, this would be a pretty prime time to, like, grab and throw him off. I'm trying to train my brain to recognize shield more and go grab it, especially, like, when they're, like, spamming it, or especially when they're in the corner like that and it's juicy.
You know, weirdly enough, I was actually thinking down throw, because I don't think he snaps to edge from that distance. I could be wrong. But it also puts him on the floor, so, like, we're able to, like, look for shine and down air and, like, that kind of stuff, which then leads to, like, the huge punishes. But I think that, like, yeah, if you're right about forward throw, then that's, like, definitely pretty solid. I don't like giving Falcon his up air if I don't have to, like, access to his up air if I don't have to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but, like, I can see how, like, this is working out well. So talk to me about this edge guard. Like, what's the plan here when we're, like, dealing with his up B?
Oh, let me see.
So this is beautiful.
That I liked, and then here, I'm pretty sure I'm trying to rise, like, jump up, like, double jump down air, and I think I just do it a little too slow, so I just jump into him. I'm pretty sure that was, like, jump up, double jump down air, and he should be dead.
Okay, but if we're just gonna go above him and double jump down air, why are we, like, why are we short hopping at him? Why don't we just, like...
Oh, to make sure he doesn't get, like, on stage, right?
Right, no, but what I'm saying is here. So what I'm saying is, why don't we just run off the stage and double jump here and make the wall there?
Yeah, that works. That works and gives me a little bit more time rather than the like the time distance I'm doing by jumping out and then down airing. That definitely makes more sense. I guess I'm trying to cut him off before I give him like a drift mix up. I'm like maybe he bees right here and then I double jump down air and he like somehow goes under me. I'm like maybe that was like my prime concern.
Okay, so let's like explore that up. Let's explore that. So, because
Okay.
I think that like this drift mix-up is something that we might be overestimating here too. So like let's say we run forward here and we double jump, like because we double jump here, kind of go up, right? So with that in mind, how does his up B go? Like it goes like this?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, let's just like refer to the game so we have like accurate data. So he goes like slightly
Pretty much, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so like slightly more forward. Like slightly more forward. He's like more like this. Cool.
Yeah.
So what I want to point out here is like look at how well this line like perfectly lines up with that. Cuz like what does he realistically do about this? Remember, your spike hits like slightly forward, right? So like you're really like hitting him like this even if he DIs into it. Yeah. So I'm thinking like with us doing this, we can just kind of like, we also don't have to necessarily just go straight up. We could like go forward a bit and then pull back. Like we could do like that kind of motion. Yeah. Like that works. So then we have like access like with this whole line. I just think it's like, I think it's so much cleaner because it just gives us the way of like, yeah, it just gives us more option coverage.
Well, it gives me a little bit more time too, rather than having to hit a bit more precise of an input that's jump forward, double jump down air, because I had the right idea, but I like slightly miscalculated like the timing that I needed, and I dropped an edge guard.
Yeah, because like what you're doing is basically like he has a grab hitbox there. Basically, what you're doing is like you're going here and then like coming up, kind of.
Exactly.
But what that means that we're like actively putting ourselves near this thing, which means that like we're opening up to the failure rate. So we don't want to play with this thing if we don't have to. So because we don't have to, let's not, because what we can do is we can just, the other thing that makes sense to me here, and it's probably goofy, like it's not like fancy or pretty, but like, oh, actually 38. Yeah, we have time. Randall won't be here. Grabbing edge.
Yeah.
Because grabbing edge, we can still do all this, but like we can do it with Galint, and we just do it more like that.
Yeah, with down air.
Yep. Because we just hit with the back of it. So like we have like a lot of really good options here. I just think that like what we need is like we need to view edge guarding kind of as like a little bit more of defending the ledge, i.e. like we're cutting off his important zones and making him run into them because he can't just wait off stage forever, otherwise he will die. So because of that, we know he's coming forward, at least in some capacity. Let's figure out where that is and where he has, like, what his, like, range is on how he can come forward, and then we'll just cover that. We don't necessarily have to go out and hit him if we don't, like, all the time. Not that far anyway.
Yeah.
You can also think of it as, like, we're like, kind of, like, baiting the up B almost. Like, we know that the hitbox is here. We know that, therefore, we can be anywhere but here. So let's, like, how do we cover, like, his paths while also not being in that spot? So, how do you think this is going? Is this the kind of the stuff you're looking for?
Yeah. I thought for a second you were asked, like, how am I looking, like, in the game? I was like, oh, bro, I'm feeling terrible right now. I remember in the moment, I was like, man, like, this is my third time playing him in 3 days. And it's just like, I was like, I'm playing as good as I can, and I'm doing all the stuff that I know how to do. And it's definitely just like, I just know I'm not doing, like, the right things, or not even the right things, but, like, enough that I just can feel the feeling of me making the game harder than it should be. I can also feel the feeling that I'm extremely familiar with, which is like me making the game easier for the other guy, specifically when I'm playing a character where I know I can make the game like really miserable and really difficult for him. I can be just so much more harder to deal with, but a lot of things I do is like step one doesn't get me killed, but it leaves me in such a bad position where it's like easy to get killed. Like I jump up on the platform and then like right there, just laser in front of him, immediately died for it. Like stuff like that pretty much just happening over and over again.
Yeah.
And not to get lost with the good stuff that I do, but
yeah. So
that's a great example, honestly.
Honestly, I would agree with that, and I think that it's good that we're being even-handed about this, because you do a lot of really good stuff in these games. It's just that, like, there's stuff that's, like, clearly a fear response about, like, like, that shine grab, I think, was, like, that shine grab was so textbook.
Yeah.
I love how you did that edge guard. Like, all of that makes perfect sense. That's good. But, like, there's just things that are that are in there that are clearly, like, I'm afraid to die, and I don't care how much I give up in order to, like, not die here. But then what you don't realize is you've bet, like, the farm on it. And it was like, and you're not even under that much risk. Like, a lot of times you're in center stage, so you have, like, full range of motion with your tech. Like, I just don't understand why or you're in the position where if he grabs you, you can, like, edge cancel the trajectory edge cancel the down throw. I just don't understand why, like, it's very clearly an overreaction based on fear. And, like this here. So, when you're dash dancing around him, underneath him, like, to me, I would be treating this kind of like punishing Sheik forward tilt. Because, like, look at what happened. Look at how awkward he has to play up there, right? Mm-hmm. Like, what if we stop here and just, like, then jump shine him on the next one?
Jump shine him. That's what I do. Is jump shine him. That's always what I do.
Yeah. Or, like,
I give him so much space, though. I'm, like, so preoccupied that I, like, just back up and give him so much space. It's like I'm not really watching the screen as much. Also, yeah, exactly what you said. It is like a fear-based thing. I think I probably have more fear for even Falcon than like any other character. I think just because of speed and his punish game.
So this is another key moment, like when varying your wall. So, like, you go for, like, back air, and then you go for, like, another one of the same back air, and then he, like, moves around you. This is where timing mix-ups and the delayed stuff is really useful, because if you delay the back air, like, intentionally plan to hit it low, or, like, react, like, you plan to short hop, do the backflip, see what he does, you can see him doing this jump above you and, like, double jump back air him out of it, right?
Yeah.
But, like, because we're always doing early back air, like, we're cutting ourselves off from the counterplay that we need to, like, compete with some of his, like, hard callouts. Like, the problem here is we're just, like, sticking to the safest possible options in some of these. And then as a result, like, they're safe on average. Like, they're safe to, like, the highest percentage of his kit. But that's not, like, you know, you have to expect that Johnny, who's, like, you know, top 25 in the world, he's going to be able to figure out, like, that you're going for, like, this particular option and then play around it. So I think that, like, the big do's here are just when you're boxing him, and I'm going to write these down, so key takeaways.
Thank you.
No problem. So it's key takeaways. Let's say that when boxing Falcon into the corner, vary the kinds of short hop bears that we know that you do. So basically, like, the short hop rising AC bear is, like, quite good. But it shouldn't be, like, the only one you do. Like, you also have, like, the backflip delayed spaced, like, backflip delayed low bear. You also have, like, ones that you kind of, like, like, you also have the ones that are, like, low bear into their shield to, like, for shine, for shine initiation. You also have the option to do, like, so now, to add to that, when boxing Falcon in the corner, goal on delayed aerials is to partly react to his action, bracket, especially if spaced delay bear. When boxing Falcon in the corner, Falcon in the corner, up tilt and dash JC shine, no JC shine, no plus grab as options more. And what else? Yeah, and just also, like, just as well as generally, like, baiting and punishing his nairs and other aerials with movement or interception. So that's, like, kind of the corner. Let's also talk lasers. So I think that, like, the frame 1 laser could actually help you quite a bit. So the frame 1 laser frame 1 laser is pretty good. Because it does hit, and if you want to see it, I can show you it, but, like, it does...
I'm not.
Okay, good. So frame 1 laser implemented more. Only thing that beats it is hard like call out run forward or power. Like I don't even know if you can power shield it, but a hard call out run forward, maybe PS, maybe PS. Yeah. But it hits DD on the turn plus hits jump, so like very good. Aside from that, the other thing I'd say is just general more like combo like let's not keeping Falcon. If Falcon commits to it, if Falcon DIs into a bad defensive spot when being comboed, like top platform.
Yeah.
Or a spot that is difficult or unclear how we kill him. We kill him. It's fine to rack. It's fine to rack damage and let him tell us how we're gonna how he wants which side he wants to die, which side he wants to die on.
I like that. That's a universal like tip too, not just on Falcon.
Well, a lot of this is like universal. Like I think that this kind of pressure works really well versus Fox in a lot of ways, because I kind of my biggest concern with like pressuring Fox in current meta is that like his shine out of shield game has gotten so refined that it's like the mix-ups on his end are so well like mapped out that I just almost don't want to deal with it. Like if we just like space the aerial, he's just like everyone else. If we're not in range of his up smash, shine, and like rising, nair, and bear, like he's just like everyone else where he has to like wave dash or full hop or like whatever to get out of shield, and then he has to do it without dash momentum on the jump. So like he suddenly becomes like a mere mortal just like everyone else, and it's so much easier to abuse him. And I think this holds true for anyone if we can just stay outside their immediate threat range when we touch their shield. Like I think we're way too aggressive about forcing like frame traps we don't have to in this game a lot of the time.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, so this is a lot for you to work on, but
yeah, it is.
do you think, like, how are you feeling about this session, and like is there anything that you think that will be particularly tough for you to like kind of implement?
Tough, no, but let me think about it. I like how this session went because it was specifically like, well, one, a problem matchup, but two, it's like I'm actually being like the situations are being broken down in front of me, and it's like I can like see for myself, but while I have you like guiding me through and giving me suggestions and stuff like that, it definitely puts it into like more obvious context of like what I could or maybe should do, or what I might want to do better.
Okay,
so that's good.
I'm gonna add one thing in practice. When playing this matchup, the thing I care most about, in your next session versus a Falcon that you can beat. So not like Salt. Like don't try this versus Salt, because like she's not good for like practicing like experimenting this kind of stuff, because anytime you get it wrong, she's just gonna maul you, and you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, this sucks. We need to like you need to fight somebody who's like good but not like that good, you know? Somebody think like fringe top 100. If you can find like a fringe top 100, top 150, top 200, like that kind of skill player, because they'll be enough to make you sweat, and you can't just like do whatever the hell you want, but you will still be able to, you're still sturdier, so you can control the flow of the game more. I want you to try using, that you can use your bears and nairs, and uairs and utilts for anti-air.
Okay.
Because like we need to start understanding that like that is a good thing that your character can do, and is just that he is just capable of doing this. And the reason we're leaving down air off of this is because down air is just not that good, and like down air, one of its weaknesses is that you can aim for his head in the air to air. These moves are significantly harder to do that with, so we need to start like getting used to using them, because I think that they're really going to add a lot to your game and help you like cover the spots that you're finding are really troublesome. Because yeah, we have like an over-representation of things that are good versus ground against a guy who like understands that he can't fight you on the ground, so he's just jumping around all the time.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So I'll let you go.
Alright, yeah, that gives me a lot to think about and talk about. If I want a lesson sooner than 2 weeks, I imagine I can DM you and maybe set it up.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, if you want to meet up in 2 weeks, like, I have the time. I can, like, just book you in at this time. Like, I don't have anyone else here. But if you want to, like, hold off, totally fine, too. It's up to you.
Let's book for 2 weeks. I also have to pay for this session, but let's...
I know, but I'm not worried about that. I know you got it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's book, I guess, for 2 weeks from now, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll hit you up before then, or...
Yeah, if you need...
Every 2 weeks is, like, a pretty nice, like, margin for me at the moment.
Yeah, like, and if you find that if you want something sooner, if you want to commit more, like, again, I have weekly people, so I will... Especially with, like, the amount of, like, business you bring me, I will find... Like, I promise you I will make this work. But, like, it's just... Yeah, it's just a matter. So what I'll do is I'm just going to put, like, a standing appointment, like, tentatively in my phone so that it's, like, every 2 weeks. And then, like, if we find that needs to change, just let me know. But, yeah, if you're getting value out of this, I don't see why we wouldn't... And I think you are. And I get value out of this. I don't see why we would want to not continue to work together.
I appreciate that. Yeah, you were cooking this session. You were saying a lot of good shit. I could hear it in the way you were talking. And it all makes sense to me because this is stuff, especially with Falcon, especially the last couple months or like last year, I've like really been thinking about like a lot of this stuff. So it gives me a lot of good stuff to go and think about and practice and think about while I play and stuff like that, especially like the anti-aerial stuff, especially when he's on top plat stuff. And then especially when he's in the corner stuff.
Yeah, at the end of the day...
Like the high lasers.
At the end of the day, he is but a man pretending to be a bird. You are an actual bird. Like, so assert your dominance. Yeah, I'll leave that with you, and best of luck. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions, or like if something doesn't line up with what we've gone over and what your experience is, and we'll tackle it then.
Sure. All right, I appreciate that. And I appreciate the takeaways and the screenshots.
No problem.
Those are helpful.
Everyone loves them. All right, bye,
yeah, they're very helpful. They are very helpful. All right, KirbyKaze, have a good day.
Same to you.